All right, so we got all the lines ran from Roadrunner Performance that we got to run the burn down tubes. I got 20 in line from them. We used to have 12, but we switched to 20 because it just wasn't proper flow. So let's show you what we did over here. So basically, start up here, we got these things. I had to take and turn down this new fitting so I can weld it to that. So we got the thing all welded up. And then now they got this new quick release clip. I like it's pretty easy, it just pops off like that. Comes right off. There's no, I gotta put the O-rings back on it still. So what hell is these things turn brown when they were black when you weld it, the anodizing. So most cars, they run to the frame, but this car, you can't do that because the upper frame rail is not in line all the way back. So we just ran it through the mid plate right here, and then ran these lines all the way to the back. So now they're up there, going to the back, into the breather tank back here. So I got the top all polished and shiny because you can see a little bit. But anyway, so that's what we got going on there. So I want to thank Roadrunner Performance for helping us out with some of these lines and fittings. Ken from there has been great at the track and always there to lend a hand if we need it. So appreciate everything from them. So what we got next to do, we have, let's go check out this stuff. We have our Pro Torque torque converter, we got it all freshened up ready. Then our Extreme Automatics transmission, they just freshened it up, they went through everything, it's all good to go. Then we have a fresh gear from Quick Performance, so it's all ready to go. Just gotta slide that in there, and gotta get our carbon dry shaft, stick that back in, and then what else we got going on? Oh, I'm waiting for the valve cover to come for this. Had to have a new one made from Noonan. When we crashed the car, this side was messed up, so I borrowed one last year off Tony McKinney, but now he's got a second engine he's using that for, so I had to return that, but appreciate him letting me borrow that all year. Tony's always there to lend a hand. He's a good guy. All right, so let's go get this thing done, get this transmission reared in, and go from there. All right, so we're getting stuff ready for the car. We're going to start building the headers. So let's show you what some stuff we got going on here. So we got all the stuffs laid out for the headers, laid out, you know, the different angles of the tubes, 79, 82, 88, or 82, 85, and 88 degree angles. We got some 45s and 90s. We got some of the slip collars for the ends and also for the support brackets. This is for the EGTs, which I made these myself. I took and drilled out an old tube with a hole saw, and then it's gonna put that in there. I like making my own stuff. Also made my own thing here for tacking together. I took this clamp I had and just put some holes in it so we can clamp the metal together and then tack it so you know you got a good straight fit. So things are going along great. We got our old header on here to mock it up some, just to get an idea of some things. This is the one from when we hit the wall. I like the way these headers flowed a little better, so I'm going to kind of mimic that to make things easier, because I've never built headers before. It's kind of new to me. So that's what we got going on. Got a few AN lines I want to replace because I had some marks on them. So I called up Ken from Roadrunner Performance, and he's getting me set up. Well, I was on the lift, but my son Braden kicked me off because he's working on his truck. He was tinting his taillights. He color matched all of his bumpers and his mirrors and stuff like that and took off the pinstripes, but we'll show you this thing too when it's done. It's a pretty cool truck. All right, we're getting some more progress going on the race car now. I haven't videoed in a little bit, but let's show you some stuff we got going on here. I've been working on headers. I got one side done. Let me show you the side we got done here. So here's the first one we got done. It's a lot of work. I never done headers before. I mean, I'm learning how to weld on stainless with this, so don't criticize my welds too bad. So basically up here we got a nice Marty Marolette header flange, made my own EGT bungs, stuff like that. You know, if everybody's ever done headers, they understand, but ones that don't, you just take 45s, you just cut it, measure it, and keep cutting pieces so you get it right. Down here we got these caps, and I boxed all this in down here, just to make it a little stronger, try to make it look good. But I got two support rods on here now. I only had one before. This was the one I had before, but now we added this one on it also, so it's going to hold up pretty good. So basically when you're cutting all this stuff, you can see all the cuts I got going on here. I got a million extra pieces sitting there in the ground. using this bandsaw, it works really well. You can hold the piece in there however you need it, mark it, and cut it. But I got a mess over here of stuff everywhere. And then we're working on this side right now. So you gotta see how long them tubes are, but you don't have it done. Right now I'm fitting these up, and I'm getting ready to fit the last piece here to make sure it clears the driver's side tire. Gives you problems lots of times because the header is further forward on this side, so it puts it closer to the tire here. But I got these flanges, and this back one here, you can see that thing gave me a fit, trying to tack weld it for some reason, but I'll clean that up. So this is going well, pretty well. I'm gonna finish this one today. And then after that, we got a new burst panel stack, so we don't blow our hood off. Then we got it freshly painted, so we gotta get that fit up on there. So that's what we got going on. Let me get off here and get going back to work. All right, it's another new day. Time to get started back in these headers. But first I want to show you something that we were working on. Quick, simple project. I always wanted to get a door stand, but I didn't feel like spending $300 for it. So we got some conduit, cut it up, welded it all together. Got some scrap aluminum. The only thing I had to buy was these little caps and these bolts. So I got about like $10 in this thing. I made some purple paint left over, so my daughter, she went and painted it for me. Got it all back together. Have some leftover rubber from our new door seals we put on. So that's our little cheap make of a door stand. Pretty simple too, just got a stop here. You know, it's hinged up here. This is stationary. This is the hinge, and this is the stopping point to open it up and stops it. So it's a pretty simple deal there, but it works. I mean, like I said, I probably got about like $10 in it versus spending $300 to buy one. So just a little quick tip on saving some money. Let's go check out this car real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this mess up too when we get done. So we got this side all built now. Just got done cutting my little, I call them caps. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but I'm gonna tack these on, get them where I want them, and I'm gonna grind that and fuse those together. Next thing we're gonna do here is pull off the pipes and weld all of them up, then fit them back on, tack them back to the flanges, and then pull it off and weld the flanges. But as you can see, this side here, we got good tire clearance there. And right now I have, what I did, I got these pins. It's a travel limiter. So when it was a ride height, I put the pin in, so we know that's at ride height. Because a lot of times when people build headers, this tire drops down here, and when they sit it back down, the center point's up here and ends up rubbing. But I want to make sure we're at ride height. We got plenty of clearance here, so it's going to work out real good. But all right, let's get back to work. All right, so it's the last day of the header build. Just got a few things left to do. Let's check out what we got going on. So first thing, you see it's all done up in here and fit on here pretty nice. Next thing I'm gonna do, I got the support rods. I had only one that went on here before, but I have a second one that's gonna clip up here and go, it's gonna clip all the way up here and go all the way down to here. So first thing I have to do, I gotta take this piece of stainless I got. I have to notch it to fit along these little tubes, these little sleeves, fit that there. So I just got to cut some notches in there. And I almost forgot, I got to put an O2 sensor. I'm not doing the sniffer tubes this time, but I'm just putting an O2 on the back cylinder. So I got to come over here. I'm going to cut this one off these headers here because I forgot to get one of those. Well, I do have one, but they're just, I had these ones sitting around, but they're just bare regular steel. And this one's actually stainless, so I want to go and get that one off there. So that's what we got going on. Let's get this car finished up. I like to be testing this weekend, but it's probably gonna be like next weekend. I got shocks coming in from Menser. I just sent my AFCOs to Menser. They rebuilt them and revalved them. Then I got another fuel line and oil line coming in from Roadrunner Performance. And then I got some oil coming in from ProCharger, oil and transmission fluid coming from HPL. I mean, we're getting this thing together, so let's get going. All right, so we finally got both headers are done. So they look good. I give them a C plus, maybe a C minus, whatever. It might be a D here and there, and then maybe an A weld, but they look good to me. I mean, it works. It was affordable. We can make it happen. So we got that done. I had to fix this charge pipe. The bottom part was cracked. I ended up putting this little, I call it a bridge. I welded some little pieces on both sides of the weld here and here because it cracks here a lot, just to kind of strengthen it up. We'll see what it does. Kind of a theory I wanted to try out. We're still waiting on the valve cover. I think we're supposed to get that next week. And as soon as we get that valve cover in, we're going to get the car fired up. We got to get all the fluids in first. We have nothing that's floating yet. We got some oil stuff from HPL I got to put in there. Training fluid, HPL, all that good stuff. We just got the shocks back from Mincer. We sent them to Mincer to get them valved. So they're fresh and ready to go. Can't wait to get those on there and start testing those. So the things that's new this year is the shocks is new. We got different heads. We now have Noonan Mach 1 heads. We had the T600 heads Noonan before. These are bigger flowing heads and to work better for what we're doing. And also, like I told you about the one day about how I was all 5 degrees all last year on the motor. So it's a lot of power. So we'll get good 330 still, but 330 on is going to be really fast.
And we're probably going to go test next week.
Yeah, hopefully the plan is get it fired up next week and then go test somewhere. So, and then Braden's got his new grill on his truck. You show him the grill. That thing's cool. He just got done finishing. He's been color matching. I showed you some stuff the other day. He did. He just finished up the grill. This was all chrome, and he left a little bit of chrome strips in it. So it looks pretty good. I like it. Ain't nothing fancy, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right. Valve cover finally showed up.
Yep, it's the last part we needed. And actually the first race was yesterday. So
now we're going to be ready. We're going to try to start the car up here soon.
yeah, and I can be honest, every time I take the motor completely apart, cam and all, and cam sync, this is our third year? Last year and the year before, every time I put it back together, I always do it wrong on setting the cam sync up, and it doesn't start, and I gotta change it all, but I'm 99.9% sure I did it right this time. So let's just hope it works this time.
So let's start. Let's tighten up this valve cover and
Yeah, we gotta do a throttle position sensor
test, right?
Yeah, reset that, and
Roll the car over there, put on the jacks, so I can check fluid
we
too.
gotta go through the transmission's fresh, so we gotta go through the gears to get all the fluid flowing. So,
All right, valve cover's on, plug wire's on, plugs in, up on jacks. Did you feel it up?
yeah.
Yeah, it's tight.
I need to check the fuel because I primed the system. We'll have to let that prime again for a minute because it's got to shoot some of that air pockets out.
I gotta prime the oil.
Yeah, we got prime oil.
Got that socket back there.
So there's usually air pockets in the airline, so have to get that.
We're about ready.
Get in there. Get really close.
All right.
I put this on there too, just to be safe. A zip tie around. I don't know if I'm doing anything.
All right. You gonna turn on the power and see what the oil pressure is?
Yeah.
So prime the oil here. Oil primer.
Alright, it's highly
Grabbing. Oh my, it's grabbing. What's it at?
130 psi? I thought the thing would be like 50, I forgot.
Fresh oil, cold oil,
Yeah.
cold motor.
It's in there at 140.
All right.
Let me turn the fuel pump on again, let it prime for a minute before I do anything else. I gotta do
Yeah,
some stuff before I
check
crash.
fuel. Got some air in the lines.
Sounds weird. Oil pressure.
Yeah, I gotta
Going up,
clean the hands off.
30, 40, there's bogging down. 60, 70.
Fuel's still up here. We're good.
Right
here.
Return.
Yeah. It's gurgling with that at least.
I'm going to do this and then let it sit for a minute. And
Crank it over without the ignition on.
no ignition. I want to stand somewhere else when I first start with these headers of shit in there. I blew them out, but like I said, there's always some debris that comes out. It sounds like, let's put the charger on. It sounds a little low, but Might be because it's
Cold too.
colder. This is charger for a minute.
Charge up for a minute and we'll start it.
Charge for about 5 minutes. And then yep. Fire on. Better. No, it's not. It's not alright. I mean, I got all the way to hook on this here. Ow. Maybe that's fine. Is it just this side? I see that's not too look for him. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, I can check that over here. I think it's fine. It's both sides of it? This, yeah, this side definitely. Holy shit, I was fine. Yeah. Alright, look at that. Yeah.
Allen wrench.
Oh, it's not possible. Yeah, that one just got to let you have running and stuff. So nothing was leaking, so. Turn the fuel pump on this for a second, I think I always do it. Ready? You just get it running first. We're going to put the gas down a little bit. Just a little bit, not much. Don't get rid of it. I didn't shut it off. We probably shut it off. It runs just needs some fine tuning, timing, and sort of shit.
When you get the timing right, it'll kick right over too. It's just, it's off a hair somewhere.
He knows what he's talking about.
It is off a hair.
Yeah, it's off like 6 degrees at an angle. Alright, shut it off. And back on.
So what should the timing say in here?
32 is what's on my tiny map. Just gotta try to get these two to sync up. Alright.
All right, car has been started.
Yep. We got it running. It took a minute. I actually had to.
Well, hold on. Stop real quick.
What?
I was in the car, got it running.
It just happened to start when you were in the car. That doesn't mean nothing. So we were having problems. I called up Tony McKinney. I was like, all right, whenever I get a little lost, I call Tony. He's pretty good at the Holly stuff. And it's like, it's not doing this and that. And he's like, I actually did the distributor backwards where there's digital rising and falling. I had it set on rising. It needed to be on falling, so I had to move that. So after we got that set, then there's no more fireballs and fire it up. Now we just got to fine tune the idle because these are different heads. It seems like it's going to want more fuel than idle. That's a brain setting. It seemed like it got hot quick because these heads flow different. I guess it's the way they flow, and it's going to need more fuel.
You can tell the headers got a little darker in a few spots.
It's because they're titanium.
Oh yeah.
They're stainless, but anyway. So that's what we got going on. We're hopefully going to test this weekend. Then we got a car show at the Cameron County ATC. It's a benefit for the school, and we're excited about that. So it's
If you guys are within our area,
Yeah.
within Cincinnati or Campbell County,
yeah, bring anything to the car
Yeah.
show, race cars, anything. So anyway, keep watching, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and then we'll see you at the next race.